Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are studying lesson number 9, Ad-Darsu Tasiu, and we studied this main lesson, Rihlatun, a trip. This lesson is based on passive voice tense and Felu Amrin, the commanding verb. Today we have to do the exercises, and before that we have to do this al-lughwiyat, the linguistics. So this is the use of ma and man. Nastakhdimu ma lishay wa man lishaksi. Ma and man also used as allazi, is like ism mawsul, and we use ma for the things, lishay, but man is used for lishaks, for the person. Nastakhdibuhuma ka ism mawsul, we use both of them like ism mawsul, like allazi, walakin bimana nakira, but in the nakira only. If we have to use it as a marifa, then we have to use allazi, not ma and man. Like ma is kullu shayin, ma can be used where we are referring to everything, kullu shayin, and man for kullu shakhsin. Here are some examples. Uhibbu ma amalu, I love what I work. So whatever I work, what I work is kullu shayyin. So ma is used here. So ma is allazi here. Let's see the i'rab. Uhibbu is coming from habba yuhibbu. Yuhibbu for ana is uhibbu. So uhibbu is fe'lun mudari'un marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu ana. And ma is ismun mawsulun bimani allazi fi mahalli nasbin, and ma is maf'ul bihi here. And then this amalu is another verb, amila yamalu, for ana is going to be amalu. So amalu is fe'lun mudari'un marfu'un wa lamatu rafi'a damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu ana. And jumla fi'liya is coming as a sillatul mawsul for ma. Ma taqulu lahu muhimmun, whatever you told him is important. So here ma is coming as a mubtada, ismun mawsulun bimani allazi fi mahalli rafin mubtada, and taqulu is the verb from qala yakulu. Yakulu for anta is taqulu. So taqulu is fe'lun mudari'un marfu'un wa lamatu rafi'a damma, and wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun takdiruhu anta. So taqulu is fe'lun mudari'un marfu'un wa lamatu rafi'a damma, as the damma here, and the wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun takdiruhu anta, whatever you say. Who is damirun muttasirun mabni ala dammi, damirun mustatirun mabni ala dammi fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bihi, who is maf'ul bihi. And wal jumla fi'liya taquluhu la mahalli laha min al-i'rab is sillatul mawsul, and muhimmun is khabarun marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma. Haza ajmalu ma kataba Najib Mahfuz, whatever Najib Mahfuz, whatever he wrote is very beautiful. Haza ajmalu. So we can also put i'rab here. Haza is ismul ishara lil qarib fi mahalli rafin mubtada. Ajmalu is khabarun marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma, and ma is ismun mawsulun bimani allazi fi mahalli nasbin, is coming as maf'ul bihi muqaddam yaudu ala ajmalu, which goes to ajmalu. Kataba is kataba yaktubu. Kataba is fe'lun madin mabni ala fathi, has a fatah here. And Najibun is fa'ilun marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma. Najib is the writer who wrote, and mahfuz is naat marfun walamat rafi ad-damma is the sifa for Najib. Wal jumla fi'liya kataba Najib mahfuz la mahalli laha min al-i'rabi sillatul mawsul. So this jumla fi'liya is sillatul mawsul for ma, which is comes as a ism mawsul bimana allazi. Yakhtarul mudarrisu man yakra'u darsa. The teacher chooses or picks who will read the lesson. So the teacher is the one who gonna pick a person who is gonna read the lesson. So here is, it can be anybody, is not marifa in nakira, it can be kullu shakhsin, so that is why man is used. So the verb is ikhtara yakhtaru, to choose. Fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un walamat rafi ad-damma, has a damma here, and the teacher al-mudarrisu is the fa'il, fa'ilun marfu'un walamat rafi ad-damma, and man is ismun mawsulun bimana allazi, and yakra is from the verb kara yakra'u. From yakra'u is fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un walamat rafi ad-damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu huwa, which huwa yaudu ala man, which goes to man. So the file is a hidden pronoun in it, which is huwa, and which refers to man. So who will be picked by the teacher is gonna be the one who's gonna read the lesson. And ad-darsa is maf'ul bihi mansubun walamatun nasbi al-fatha. And wal jumla fi'liya yakra'u ad-darsa is sillatul mawsul la mahalli laha min al-i'rab, it has no function in the i'rab. Al-mudarrisu huwa man yashrahu darsa. The teacher is the one he is the one who is explaining the lesson. So we can also put i'rab here. Al-mudarrisu mubtada marfu'un walamat rafi ad-damma, huwa is mubtada sanin marfu'un walamat rafi ad-damma, man is ismun mawsulun bimana allazi mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin khabar sanin. So huwa man is another jumla ismiya within this jumla. So and then jumla ismiya huwa man is fi mahalli rafin khabar. This jumla ismiya becomes khabar for the teacher. The teacher is the one who yashrahu, the verb is sharaha yashrahu, to explain. Yashrahu is fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un walamat rafi ad-damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu huwa yaudu ala man. So the file is hidden pronoun in it, which is huwa and which refers to man. And ad-darsa is maf'ul bihi mansubun walamatun nasbi al-fatha. And wal jumla fi'liya yashrahu ad-darsa is sillatul mawsul la mahalli laha min al-i'rab, it has no function in the i'rab. So when it is ismu mawsul, there is going to be sillatul mawsul. So the teacher, he is the one who explains the lesson. So the teacher is the person who explains the lesson. It can be any teacher. So is also kullu shakhsin. Anybody can be a teacher. So is a kullu shakhsin. So that is why we can use man here. If it's a specific person, then we can't use man. We have to use allazi. Anzuru ila man yuhibbuhu kalbi. I look at the one who my heart loves him, or my heart likes him. So we can also have put i'rab here. So anzuru is coming from the verb nazara yanzuru, from yanzuru, for ana is anzuru, I look. So anzuru is fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un walamatun rafi ad-damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu ana. Ana is the file, which is the hidden pronoun. Ila is harfu jarrin mabni ala sukun, has a sukun hat here at the end. Man is ismun mawsulun bimani allazi mabni ala sukun fi mahalli jarrin ism majroor. And yuhibbuhu is the file, is the fail from habba yuhibbu. So yuhibbu is failun mudari'un marfu'un walamatun rafi ad-damma, and who is damirun muttasilun, attached pronoun mabni ala ad-dammi fi mahalli nasbin, who is maf'ul bihi, and we didn't see the file yet, so file is kalbun. This is kalbun plus ya, it becomes kalbi. So kalb is the file, my heart. So kalb is fa'ilun marfu'un bi alamatir rafi ad-damma, and this is because of ya we don't see the damma here, but is without damma is kalbu plus ya, kalbi becomes changes to kalbi, and then becomes mudaf, and ya is this ya here is damirul muttasilun fi mahalli jarin, mudaf alayhi is mudaf alayhi, is kalbi my heart, heart of mine. So is mudaf alayhi, kalb is also a file for yuhibbu. So I look at the one who my heart likes him or loves him. So it can be any kullu shakhsin, it can be any person. It's not a specific. So here we can see the example that when it is a specific, when this person is marifa or the thing is as a proper noun, then we can't use ma or man. Here is an example. Walakin lahiz annana nakulu, but think lahiz I mean, consider that when we say haza huwal al kitabu allazi ashtaraytuhu amsi, this is the book that the one that I purchased it yesterday. So al kitab is a marifa here, so that is why we can't use ma. So it is wrong to say when haza huwa al kitabu ma ashtaraytuhu amsi. This is the book that I purchased it yesterday. So we can't use ma here because al kitab is marifa. If is nakira, then we can use ma, but in this case this is incorrect to use ma here. Lianna al kitaba huna marifa, because al kitab is a proper noun, is a marifa, as al. Number 3. So number 1, ma we use for thing and man for person, and then we use them for ism mawsul like allazi, and then we also use them nastakhdimuhuma, we use both of them ka ismi istifham, like ismu istifham, the for ism noun for questioning, and we have studied the rules for that in the part 1 of lesson 9. Man katabal wajiba, who wrote the homework. So when we see in the question, in the ismu istifham in the question, I mean ismu istifham is used to make a question, to put a question. So the function of man is gonna be we're gonna come to know the function of man from the answer of this question. This is what we have already studied. So man katabal wajiba, so what is man here? We know is ismu istifham, but is mubtada, khabar, or what? So the answer will tell us. So man katabal wajiba, who wrote the homework? At-talibu katabal wajiba, the student, he wrote the homework. So at-talibu here is mubtada, so is gonna be man. So let's define this sentence. Al-talibu katabal wajiba. At-talibu is mubtada marfu'un wa alamatur rafi ad-damma, so is mubtada. Kataba yaktubu, so kataba is past tense, fi'lu madin mabni al fathi, has fatha, wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiru huwa, and the file is hidden pronoun which returns to the student. So and al wajiba is maf'ul bihi mansubun wa alamatun nasbi al fatha. So this at-talibu is mubtada here, which answer to the question who wrote the homework. So then in this sentence, man is ismu istifham and its function is mubtada. Now we can define this sentence also. So man is ismu istifham mabni ala sukun fi mahalli raf'in mubtada. Man is coming as mubtada, and rest katabal wajiba is same, fi'lu madin mabni ala al fathi, and wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun, wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun तकदीरुहु हुआ यऊदु अला मन. So in wajiba is maf'ul bihi mansubun wal amatun nasbi al fata wal jumla fi'liya fi mahalli rafin, and this whole jumla fi'liya is coming khabar for mubtada man. So who wrote the lesson? The student. He wrote the who wrote the homework? The student wrote the homework. So the next one is ma haza. What is this? Now we know ma is ismu istifham, but what is the function in this sentence? The answer to this question will tell us what is the function of ma. So the answer is haza babun. This is a door. So we know this is mubtada, this is khabar. So here the answer to ma, what is this? Answer to ma is babun, which is a khabar. So now here ma is a khabar, haza is mubtada. So we can define this. Ma harfu istifhamin mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin khabar muqaddam. Ma coming as muqaddam khabar. Haza is ismul isharati mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin mubtada. Haza is mubtada. So here haza is ismul isharati mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin mubtada, and babun is khabarun marfun wal amatu rafi ad-damma. It's a simple sentence. So now the use of ma and maza. Mal jumlatil ismiyati, with jumla ismiya we use nastakhdimu ma, we use ma. Like masmuka, what is your name? Because we can't use maza here. The meaning both have the same meaning. Ismu istifham means what? So ma is used for jumla ismiya. Masmuka, what is your name? Ismi Muhammadun, my name is Muhammad. So again the answer of ma is here Muhammad. So let's first define this sentence. So in ismi Muhammadun, ism is mubtada marfun wal amatu rafi ad-damma wa huwa mudaf, and al-ya is dhamirun muttasilun fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi, and Muhammad is khabarun marfun wal amatu rafi ad-damma. So in jumla masmuka, Muhammad is the answer to the question what your name. So the name is Muhammad. So here it is Muhammad is Muhammad is coming as a khabar. So that is what the function of ma is here. So ma is ismu istifhamin mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin khabar muqaddam. Ismu ka ism is mubtada marfun wal alamatu rafi ad-damma ismu wa huwa mudaf, and ka is damirul muttasilun mabni ala al-fathi as a fatha fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi. Similarly, ma haza, what is this? Ma hazihi, what is this? Hazihi maidatun, this is a table. So answer of ma is table. So again this hazihi maidatun mubtada khabar. So this answer to this question, then function of ma is here is khabar, hazihi is mubtada, same like the previous example. So we use ma when it is a jumla ismiya in a question, and we use maza when it is a when khabar is shibu jumla. When the khabar is shibu jumla, then we use maza. Here is an example. Maza maaka, what is with you? Mai kitabun, I have a book. So here maaka is shibu jumla khabar. So the answer to this question is mai kitabun. Let's first define this sentence, so then we know what is the function of maza. So mai kitabun. So ma is zarfun mansubun walamatun nasbi al fata, it has a fata, and wahuwa mudaf, and ya is al yau damirun muttasilun fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi. So ma is zarf mudaf alayhi, or you can say mudaf alayhi, and then mai is shibu jumla khabar muqaddam, and kitabun is mubtada muakhar li'annahu nakira marfun walamatu rafi ad-damma. So when khabar is a shibu jumla and mubtada is nakira, then khabar always come before and mubtada comes after. We have stated this rule before. So in this case, then kitabun is mubtada, which answer to the question what is this. So what is this is kitab, this is the book. So then maza is a mubtada here. The function of maza is mubtada. So maza is ismu istifhamin fi mahalli rafin mubtada. Ma ka is same thing. Ma is zarfun mansubun wa alamatun nasbi al fatha wa huwa mudaf, and ka is zamirun muttasilun mabni al fathi fi mahalli jarin mudaf alayhi. Maka and maka is shibhu jumla fi mahalli rafin khabar for maza. Similarly, maza alal maidati, what is on the table? Alal maidati ta'amun, on the table is food. So food is on the table. So the same explanation. Ala maidati is is shibhu jumla, jar majrur shibhu jumla, khabar. So when khabar is a shibu jumla, then we use maza. We can't use ma here. We use maza. So we use ma when with jumla ismiya. We use maza with jumla fi'liya. Maza takrau, what do you read? Akrau kitaban, I read a book. So again, what is the function of maza we will find in the answer to this question. So akrau kitaban, I read a book. So kitab is the maf'ul bihi, akrau is fail file. So let's see the i'rab of this sentence. So the verb is kara yakrau, for ana is akrau. Akrau is failun mudarin marfun ulamatul rafi dhamma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu ana, and kitaban is maf'ul bihi mansubun ulamatul nasbi al fatha. Simple sentence. So then the function of maza is going to be as a maf'ul bihi. Let's see here. Maza ismun istifhamin mabni ala sukun fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bihi muqaddam. Takrau is same from kara yakrau, for anta is takrau. Takrau is failun mudari'un marfu'un wa alamatur rafi ad-damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu anta, and the file is anta. Similarly, maza turidu an tashraba, what do you want to drink? Uridu an ashraba kahwa, I want to drink coffee. So again, answer to this question will explain the function. So what do you want to drink? I want to drink kahwa. So coffee is maf'ul bihi. So same is the function for maza. So the use of maza is with jumla fi'liya. وَنَسْتَخْدِمُ مَا إِذَا كَانَ الْفِعْلُ مَا حَرْفِ جَرٍ, and we use ma when the fail is with harf of jar. When the fail comes with harf of jar, then we use ma, like fi ma tufakkaru, fakkara yufakkiru, fi ma tufakkiru, in what you are thinking. So fi ma is actually jarun wa majrurun. So when fi is harf of jar, then we use ma, but without alif. That is why is fi ma is two things, fi plus ma. Ufakkiru fil ijazati, I am thinking about the vacation. So again, fakkara yufakkiru, from yufakkiru for ana is ufakkiru, I am thinking, and for anta is tufakkiru, what are you thinking? I am thinking about the vacation. Ila ma tanzuru, so ila is, this is ila plus ma, like this, ila plus ma, and ila ma to what? Tanzuru, what you are looking at. Anzuru ila saburati, I am looking at the blackboard or the writing board, the board. So is the verb has come before. Nazara yanzuru, for ana is anzuru. Anzuru ila saburati, I am looking at the board. So then you see ila plus ma becomes ilama without alif. So when there is a harf of jar and we have to use then we have to use ma with that. Like these are the examples. Ismul istifhami ma harfil jarri yakunu muttasilan bi harfil jarri wa bidun al alif. When ismul istifham ma comes with harf of jar, then it is muttasilun, it is connected with the harf of jar, is connected wa bidun al alifi, and without the alif. Alif is removed. So b plus ma becomes bima, means about what. Fi plus ma becomes fima, in what. Ila plus ma becomes ilama, ilama, to what. Min plus ma becomes mimma, for what. An plus ma becomes amma, about what. Amma yatasaalun, about what they are asking each other. So an plus ma amma, about what. Allah plus ma alama, on what. So these were some rules. We studied all this in the part 1 of the lesson number 9. Now we're going to do the exercises. Question number 1. At-tadribat. Question number 1. Ajib anil asilatil atiyati. Answer the following questions. Mal asarullati tarifuha min asril fira'inati. What are the remains or the ruins that we have that we know from the pharaonic era? So we have studied in the lesson that min asril fira'inati there were al ahramat wal ma'abid. There were the pyramids and the temples. Ma asarul asril batlamiyi. What are the remains of the Ptolemaic era? Min asril batlamiyi, we have studied in the lesson that the Maktabat al-Askandriya, the library of Alexander, was is the remain or of this era, Ptolemaic era. Answer is the Maktabat al-Askandriya. Ma asarul asril kibtiyi. Uzkur salasatan minha. The question is mention 3 of them, but in the lesson we have just studied that min asril kabtiyi, from the Coptic era there were the al-kanaisul jamila, beautiful churches. So that is the answer to this question. Uzkur isnaini min al-asaril islamiyati. What were the signs or what were the remains of the Islamic era? So min asril islami, there were al-masajid bi kababiha wa amadatiha wa ma'azana. So in the Islamic era, we see in Egypt, we see the mosques with their tombs, with their pillars, and with their minarets. Mazinaha, with their minarets. Limaza talaba Muhammadun min astikaihi an yazuruhu al-yawma. Why Muhammad he wanted from his friends to visit them today? Because they wanted to discuss about a trip. So talaba Muhammad called min astikaihi an yazuruhu al-yawma limarifati rayuhum an rahlati ila Sina, to know about their opinion on a trip to Sina. So that is the answer to this question. Aina Senau, limaza Senau shibu jazira. Where is Sina and why this is called a shibu jazira, like a jazira, like an island? So the answer to this question is Sina See now, fi Shamala Sharqa Misra is in the northeast of Egypt. Wahawla Sena Ma min Salasi Jihatin. So on the three sides of it is the water. So that is why it's called Shibu Jazira. Limaza Najidu fi Misra min kulli asrin asaran. Why we find in Egypt the remains or the ruins from every era? Because Egypt has a long history, so that is why we find all these different rules, different times, and for every era there were some remains. Liannaha tarihun Misra qadimun wa tawilun jiddan, because the history of Misr is very old and very long. Question number 2, sil, connect. So we have to connect the left side with the right side. This one is given. Min asril Firaanati, from the Pharaonic era is what? Al Ahramat, the pyramids. Min asril Batlamiji, from Ptolemaic era there is Maktabatul Askandriya. This also came in the question. Fihal Biharu wa Garaibuha Tahtal Mai. In it there are the seas. Wagaraibuha and Tahtal Mai, and there are the under the water there are some unknown, still unknown treasures under the water. Al Jibalul Mulawwanatu fi Sena, there are colorful mountains in Sena. Sena fi Shamala Sharqa Misra. Sena is in the northeast of Egypt. So these are the answers. Aswalu Salisu Ainal Kalamatul Sahihatu, where is the correct answer? So three options are given. We have to find the correct one. Yushrabu Shayum al Kalami. So Sharaba Yashribu. So then Yashribu, from the passive form of this verb is Yushrabu. The tea is drunk while talking or with the kalam. Yushrabu is the correct answer. Min asril Batlamiyi Maktabatul Askandriya. From the Ptolemaic era, there is the library of Alexander. Wafiha al Kinatirul Kadimatu wa Haulaha Hadaiku Khazrau, and in it there are the old arches, Kanatiru, and around it there are the green gardens. Al Kanatiru is the correct answer. Zukira Hazal Kilamu fi Kitabin Sayyahiyin an Misra. This kalam or these statements, they are mentioned in a book, in a tourist book about Egypt. So this is the correct answer. Iza uriva sababu batalul ajabu, when the reason was known, the surprise was gone, or when you know the reason, then the surprise does not, then there is no surprise. So we have learned this in the lesson. So al ajabu is the correct answer. Al amakinu jamilatun wa yajibu an tuzara. They should be tuzara and tuzara. So there are the beautiful places that we must visit. Because of fun, it should be tuzara. Question number 4, Aswalu Rabe Sahil Khata, correct the mistake. Bima tazhabu ilal madrasati. So the question is how, on what you go to the school. Bima, with what you go to the school. So it should be on what? Azhabu ilal madrasati bil basi, I go to the school by bus. So I go to the school on bus. So it should be, the answer should be on this one. Alama, on what? Not bima, it should be alama. Ma takrau, what you read. Akrau, what are you reading? Akrau kitaban, I'm reading a book. So here it is coming as ma. When is jumla failure? So we have just studied that with jumla failure it should be maza, not ma. So nastakhtami, we use maza ma jumla failure. We use maza with jumla failure, not ma. Maza ismuka, and we know that with jumla ismiya we use ma, not maza. Nastakhdimu ma mal jumla ismiya. So it should be ma, not maza. What is your name? Ismi Kamalun. My name is Kamal. Akhastu kitab al qawaidi min al mudarrisi. I took the book of the rules from the teacher. Man yudarrisul qawaida, who teaches the rules. So I took the book from him, who is the teacher of the qawaid. So here we can't use man because al mudarris is marifa. When it is marifa, we have to use allazi. So man is incorrect here. Allazi li'annahu al mudarris marifa. So this is we should replace man with allazi. Akhastu kitab al qawaida min al mudarrisi allazi yudarrisul qawaid. Who is the teacher of qawaid? I took the book from him. So it should be allazi. Question number 5. Aswalul khamisu uktub salasa jumlin biman wa salasa jumlin bima. Write 3 sentences for man and 3 sentences for ma. So we have already studied. We can use the same sentences. Hibbu ma amalu. I love what I work. Ma taquluhu muhimman. What you tell him is important. Haza ajmalun ma kataba Najib Mahfuz. It was the most beautiful what Najib Mahfuz wrote. Yakhtarul mudarrisu man yakra darsa. The teacher is gonna pick the one who is gonna read the lesson. So first 3 is for ma, this is for man. Al mudarrisu huwa man yashrahu darsa. The teacher is the one who explaining the lesson. Unzuru ila man yuhibbuhu kalbi. Nazara yanzuru anzuru. I look at ila man, to who yuhibbuhu kalbi, my heart loves him. So whoever my heart loves, I look at him. The examples for ma and man. Question number 6. Aswalu sadisu uktub felan mabniyan lil majhul. Write the fail majhul. Example is given. Al kitabu yajibu an kara. The book, the reading of the book is a must. Al kitabu, the book. Yajibu an rakra, it should be read. So we're gonna change this to al kitabu yajibu an yukra. The book, it should be the yajibu, it should be read, and yukra, it should be read. So we change this to for kara to we have made it a passive form of the kara. So with an is yukra. Al wajibu yajibu an. The homework, yajibu is, you should. Yajibu is must be. An yuktaba. Kataba yaktubu. From yaktubu, the passive form will be yuktabu. So with an becomes yuktaba. The writing of the homework is it should be, the homework should be written. Haza kalamullahi, this is the kalam of Allah. Yajibu an yusma. So samiya yasma'u. Yasma'u for passive form becomes yusma'u. With an changes to yusma. This is the kalam of Allah. It is must that it should be heard. Yusma. Haza sababu yajibu an. So for arafa we should change to passive. For present is arafa yarifu. So yarifu is the active form, we have to change it to passive, becomes yurafu. With an it is going to be changed to yurafa. An changes dhamma to fatha. Haza sababu yajibu an yurafa. This reason it must be known. Hazal milabisu, hazihil milabisu, these clothes, yajibu an, it they must be washed. So ghasala yaksilu, from yaksilu it will change to passive form yugsalu, and with an is going to be yugsala. Hazal milabisu yajisu an yugsala. These clothes they must be washed. Hazul malumatu, these informations yajibu an zakara. So its verb is zakara yaskuru. From yaskuru is the passive form is yuskaru. With then it's gonna change to yuskara. So here it should be yuskara. These information must be remembered, must be mentioned or remembered. Hazal babu yajibu an fataha yaftahu. So from yaftahu passive form will change to yuftahu. So with an is going to be yuftaha. So it's going to be yuftaha. This door must be opened. Okay, question number 7. Aswalu sabiu abda bi fail al amr. Begin with the fail amr. Lam yakra'u darsa. He did not study the lesson. So somebody, he did not study the lesson, you're gonna tell him study the lesson. So is anta is for some one person, you're gonna tell him study the lesson. So then you're gonna say ikra darsa. From yakra'u is gonna be the fa'ilu amrin ikra darsa. Lam yarifu sababa. He did not know the reason. So now there are antuma, there are two guys, you have to tell them know the reason. So then this yarifu you have to make it fa'ilu amrin and for antuma. So here we can see. So for yarifu, because fa'ilu amrin is only comes for the second person pronouns anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. So for antuma yarifu is huwa yarifu, anta tarifu, antuma tarifani. So from tarifani we have to make fa'ilu amrin, we have to chop this noon, chop this ta and add hamzatul wasal, because yarifu has this kasra on the ra, second last letter, so then is going to take kasra, irifa. So the answer is, if you're going to tell two guys to know the reason, then you're going to say irifa sababa, irifa asababa. Lam yaktubil wajiba, he did not write the homework, and is anti, you're going to tell a feminine singular to write the homework. So this yaktubu, this you have to make it fa'ilu amrin from here for anti. So for anti yaktubu, huwa yaktubu, anta taktubu, anti taktubina. So from taktubina you have to make fa'ilu amrin, and this you have to remove this noon, because this the 5 special verbs which are made majzoom by removing noon. So you have to remove noon and then ta, add hamzatul wasal. So it's going to be uktubi. Uktubil wajiba, you write the homework. You are commanding, this is the commanding verb. Lam yaftahil baba, he didn't open the door. Now you're going to tell somebody to open the door. You have to use the commanding verb, and that somebody is antunna, all the girls. So you have to tell all the girls to open the door. So how you gonna say, how you gonna change yaftahu, huwa yaftahu to antunna, which is for antunna it changes to taftahna. So this is mabni and you just have to remove ta and add hamzatul wasl. So you're gonna say iftahnal baba. You all feminine, you all girls or females, you open the door. So the answer is correct. Answer is fi'l amrin is going to be iftahnal baba. Lam yashkuril mudarrasa. He did not thank the teacher. He did not thank the teacher. So you're gonna tell him somebody that thank teacher. You have to send use a commanding verb here for anta. So huwa yashkuru for anta is tashkuru. You just have to make it majzoom and remove the ta and then add hamzatul wasl, and the hamzatul wasl is going to take the sign of this kaf, which is dhamma. So ushkuril mudarrasa, thank teacher. So ushkur is the fi'lu amrin for anta. So this completes lesson number 7. Lesson number 8, ghayir ilal mabni lil majhul, change to the passive form of the verb. So tabakhat ummi atama, my mother, she cooked the food. So we know this is the active form of the verb. Tabakha, huwa tabakha, hiya tabakhat, because we're using hiya because of ummi is the feminine. Tabakhat ummi atama, my mother, she cooked the food. So now we're gonna convert this sentence into the passive form, and passive form we know. So in this sentence, tabakhat is the fi'l, ummi is the fa'il, and atama is maf'ul bihi. So in the passive form of the verb, simply there is no fa'il. We have to remove fa'il, and maf'ul bihi will take the haraka of fa'il, which is going to be dhamma. So in other words, we have to remove this and make it marfu. It is going to become, and then change this to passive form. It's going to become the passive form sentence. So tabakha, past in the active form is tabakha. In the passive past is going to be tubikha. So tubikhat ta'amu. So we change this to marfu, and tabakhat we change this to tubikha. Tubikhat ta'amu. The food was cooked. Who cooked the food is not important, is not mentioned. The file is not mentioned, does not come in the passive form of the verb. Similarly, fataha Muhammadul baba, Muhammad opened the door. So now we're gonna say the door was opened. So futihal babu, the door was opened, Muhammad is out, fataha will change to futiha. Futihal babu. Sharibal astikau shaya, the friends, they drank tea. So now we're gonna say the tea was drunk. Who drank it? Not important. So this file is gonna go away, and this gonna be maf'ul is gonna be in the passive form. Shariba will change to shuriba, and this gonna be marfu. Shuriba shayu. So this is gonna be shuriba shayu. The tea was drunk. Zakar al kitabu asara misra. The book mentioned the remains of, or the ruins of, Egypt. So this fail file and maf'ul bihi. So we have gonna remove this and make it passive form, and then asaru is gonna be naib file. So the correct answer is zukira asaru misra. Zakara gonna change to zukira, asara gonna be asaru. Shakara Yusufu al mudira. Yusuf thanked the manager or the director. So Yusuf is file, we have to remove this. We're gonna say the manager or the director was thanked. So shakara is gonna be shukira, and al mudira is gonna change to al mudiru, and Yusuf is gonna be out of this. It's gonna be shukir al mudiru, the manager or the director was thanked. Samiyat Fatima tu kalam al mudarrisi. Fatima heard the speech of the speech of the teacher. So Fatima is the file here. We have to remove file from here, and kalama is maf'ul bihi, is going to be naib file, and is going to be marfu. So Samiyat is going to change Sumia. Samia to Sumia. So the is going to be Sumia. Is going to be Sumiyat. Sumiyat Kalamul Mudarrisi. Is going to be Sumia Kalamul Mudarrisi, because we don't know the file, who was listening it. So the lecture or the speech of the teacher was heard. Sumiyat Kalamu al Mudarrisa. Kalamul Mudarrisa, the statement or the speech of the teacher was heard. Sumiya. The last one, Fahimat Tullabu Ad-Darsa. The students, they understood the lesson. So now students, they were the file in this active form, but now in the passive form, when we're gonna say the lesson was understood, so we don't need file, then it's gonna be Fuhimat Darsa. Fuhimat Darsu, because it's gonna be naib file, marfu. Fuhimat Darsu. So this is how we make the passive form of the convert the form, the verbs, the sentences into the passive form. Aswalu Tasiu Sahir al Khata, correct the mistake. Example, Iza Arifa Sababu Batul al Ajabu. When the reason is known, the surprise is gone. Hazal Kalamu Yajibu an Yasma. This statement, you must listen. So we're gonna change this to Yusma, just like Iza Arafa Sababu Badal. So Urifa, we have to change Arafa to Urifa. So we have to change Yasma to Yusma. Ishribi Shaya Yastikau, drink the tea, oh friends. So is the friends, Asdikauhu, so is plural, so it's gonna be Antum. For Ishrib is gonna be for Anta, so we're gonna use Ishrabu, because Antum is gonna be Tashrabuna, and to make Fe'lu Amrin from Tashrabuna should be Ishrabu, not Ishrab. Umar wa Fatima min fazlikuma ishrahu lana. Umar and Fatima, please, both of you, explain for us. So ishrahu is gonna be for Antum. We need Antuma, so it's gonna be Ishraha, not Ishrahu. Ishraha. From Tashrahani, it's gonna change to Ishraha. Isma ya uladu, wasmau ya banatu. So both are incorrect. So aulad is the plural. So we're gonna say isma'u ya uladu wa isma'na ya banatu. Ismena ya banatu. Isma'u wa ismena. So this is the correct. Allahu yazkuru fi kulli salatin. So we have to make it passive form. Allah is remembered in every salat. So yazkuru, we're not going to change to yuzkaru. Allahu yuzkaru fi kulli salatin. So it's gonna be yuzkaru. Takraul kutuba linarifa aksara. So takrau, we're gonna say that read the book, so we know much about it. So takrau, we have to make Fe'lu Amrin, so it's gonna be takra. We have to make it Fe'lu Amrin here, so it's gonna be takra al kutuba linarifa aksara. Takra, so we have to just make it majzoom. Question number 10, Aktibul Jumla ma kulli dimairin, write these sentences for every pronoun. So he's gonna be Ishrabi Shaya, drink the tea. So we know we have to use Fe'lu Amrin only for the second person. We can only give command to the second person. Anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. So for anta is ishrab, antuma ishraba, antum ishrabu, anti ishrabi, antuma ishraba, antunna ishrabna. So we have to use all these combination, and then shaya is gonna stay the same. Similarly, al-muminu zakarallaha, the believer, he remembered God. So al-muminu zakarallaha, al-muminani zakaranillaha, al-muminuna zakarunallaha. So this is the correct. Al-bintu tashuru bis adati, the girl feels happy. Al-bintu tashuru, al-bintani tashurani bis adati, al-banatu tashuru tashurani, huwa tashuru, huma tashurani, hum tashuruna, huwa yashuru, huma yashurani, hum yasharuna, hiya tashuru, huma tashurani, hunna yasharna. So al-banatu yasharna bis saadati. So we have to use these three combinations. Aswalu hadi ashara arib, we have already put arab here. Fuhima darsu, the lesson was understood. So fuhima fi'lu madin mabni lil majhul, ad-darsu naib fa'il marfu'un wal alamatu raf'i ad-damma. Ikra'ul kutuba, the books were read. So ikra'u is fi'lu amrin mabni la hazfi nun li'annahu min al-af'al al-khamsa, wa wawul jama'ati fi mahalli raf'in fa'il, antum is the fa'il, kutuba is maf'ul bihi mansubun wal alamatu nasbi al-fatha. Simple. Masmuka we already have done. Ma is ismu istifhamin mabni ala sukun fi mahalli raf'in khabar muqaddam, ismun mubtada marfu'un wal alamatu raf'i ad-damma wa huwa mudaf, and ka is zamirun muttasil mabni ala fathi fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayh. So it's simple. Question number 12. Aswalu sani ashara ratib, we have to, these words are jumbled up, we have to put in order, and I have put in order here. So for the first one, if tahil kitaba, open the book, wakra lana ya Umar, and read for us, O Umar. Second one, inna tarikhan tawilan li Misra, indeed the history of Egypt is very long. Yamtaddu tarikhu Misra min Fir'aunati ila al-yawm, the history of Egypt is extended from the Pharaonic era to today. So this is the correct order. Asarun kulli asrin min Misra fi, so this the order is fi kulli asrin asarun min Misr. From every era there are the ruins or remains in Egypt. This one is yuzkarul kasiru anal asaril firawniyati wal kibtiyati wal islamiyati. Many things are mentioned about the remains of Pharaonic era, Kibtiyati, Coptic era, and Islamic era. And this one is Tarifu Misra bi asariha min baina kulli biladin alima. We know Egypt. We know the Tarifu, we know Misra, we know Egypt, bi asariha, for its remains, baina in kulli biladin alima, biladil alim. So from all the countries of the world, we know Egypt for its ruins, for the asare kadima. So this is the order. The last question is aswalu salisa ashara uktub asilati marg wa ijibat indriya fi surati hiwar. There is a little dialogue and we have to just add couple of more questions here. So Mark is saying hal zurt al ahram, Have you visited Ahram? Andrea saying naam. Mark ana. It should be, if his Andrea is feminine, it should be zurti, because zurta is for anta, it should be anti zurti. I think is a typo. Mark ana la arifu shayyan anha. Mark is saying I don't know anything about it, about the ihram, the pyramids. Andrea saying is'al wa ana ujibu. Ask question and I will answer. So Mark can say man bana al ihramat, who built the pyramids. Andrea can say bana al misriyuna al ihramat, Egyptians, they built the ihramat. And then could be a possible question, what is the life of the pyramids? And then Andrea can say is the life is like since 4500 sanawat, is like 4500 years. So so that completes this lesson number 9. We will start from lesson number 10 in the next session, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.